ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to a time not all that long ago. The skies over Vietnam were hostile. It was a dangerous place back then, especially for men like Robin Olds flying the F-4 Phantom. A good friend of mine by the name of Joe Kittinger, once the fastest man alive, this was his nightmare right here. Look now, down low at Gopher scaring altitude. Watch him as he sucks the landing gear up and rockets into Rhode Island history. Ladies and gentlemen, the most feared airplane in the skies. In the skies over Vietnam by U.S. aircraft such as the A-4, the A-7, the F-8, the B-52, and the F-100, even the F-105. But its primary nemesis was that of the F-4 Phantom II. Watch now as Randy Ball, a sixth-generation Texan, demonstrates why this airplane was so feared. From the right, one of the most maneuverable aircraft ever, the MiG-17, on its high-speed 550-knot photo pass. Now, as haunting as that image is, let me tell you about this aircraft, because it is an amazing airplane. In fact, some would even call it a beautiful aircraft. Before the F-16 came in to be, the MiG-17 held the record as the tightest turning fighter of all time until the F-16 came. Now think about that. Let that soak in. This is a 1950s era jet. It wasn't until the F-16 that something could outturn. Watch now as Randy rolls upside down and just hangs there in the straps for you. A nice little inverted pass. Randy Ball, this guy knows how to work out an F, a MiG-17, the F model. 8 Gs in these turns that he's going to show you today. As he comes back through here, we'll see that minimum radius turn that he was so well known for. I'm telling you, this thing can just flat out turn. Watch him as he brings it around here, lights that afterburner up. This was the first jet fighter really with an afterburner. The VK-1F engine made it the first production jet fighter in the world with an afterburner. And now Randy's going to light it. He's going to show you the whopping 108 The pilot's blood right now rushing into his feet. Randy's working hard to stay conscious and not get tunnel vision. Just imagine, right now, he weighs 8 times his normal body weight. Randy to fly out. What do you say, Rhode Island? The minimum radius turn. Now Randy is going to attempt to go straight up from just 200 knots in slow flight. He's going to slow this aircraft down. That big swept wing with the fences on top, holding the air pressure, and all of those little lifty molecules right up next to the fuselage. And then Randy, he's going to kick in that new afterburner, new technology back then in the 50s. Goes straight up. Watch it. Peels off there to the right. And when he comes back in, you're going to see this. This thing is just going to shoot up like a rocket ship. Randy Ball, the MiG-17 that he's flying, took almost 4 years to restore. And it's only one of a handful of the vintage jets flying in North America on the airshow circuit with an authentic MiG paint scheme. This thing brings the heat. 2 23mm cannons and 1 37mm cannon. The MiG-17, number 1611, the one you see right now, entered service with the Soviet bloc back in March of 1960. And it wasn't withdrawn from service until May of 1990. Now watch him, right down there on the deck, giving those boats a good show. This is Randy in one of his trademark passes. Listen to this thing as it comes by. Watch him. And just listen to the thing. Here goes the rocket ride, straight up, the afterburner. Engaged. His vertical speed still accelerating right until he rolls it over just a little bit. He's really pulling right now, though. Watch Randy as he pulls it around this turn. The vintage jets have to be appreciated in the way they're flown in the turnaround maneuver. Nobody watches the turnarounds. This is where these jet pilots work the hardest, though. Watch him. He's still sucking into his seat, pulling it around. He is working so hard to get right back here in front of you for this next 240-knot pass. Watch him now. This is the moment we've all been waiting for to get this thing on tape. Randy's got it slowed down. He rolls it up on the wing. Take your pictures right now, Rhode Island. Now it's time to see just how deadly this MiG 17 was. If you're an F-4 Phantom and you're flying on a mission, you're down in the trees, maybe dropping something, trying to kill the bad guys. Well, guess what, buddy? The MiG 17, he knows where you're at. He's going to sneak in down low right behind you. Top speed, 715 miles an hour. Watch what Randy's going to do right now. He's going to bring it in about 550. He has that F-4 right in his sights. He's down right above the trees. Look at this, Rhode Island, right above the trees. Now, here comes the pull. All the way up, straight up, 45,000 feet per minute in the vertical climb, all the way to 12,000 feet. Now the dogfight is on. Randy Ball really doing the workout in the MiG 17. Just imagine if you're a young kid from the cornfields of Iowa. You have that big F-4 Phantom strapped to the seat of your pants. But somewhere, lurking just beneath the treetops, is a highly trained killing fighter pilot and a well-developed machine, the MiG 17. Still to this day, pilots who flew against these aircraft have a healthy respect for it. How many Vietnam veterans do we have in the audience with us here today? Hold your hands up if you're a Vietnam vet. Chances are you have seen these aircraft. A huge round of applause for them as they stare down this great airplane that flies today as a living tribute to their service and their sacrifice. Now here comes the heat and the speed. Watch Randy from the left. It's the high-speed pass. There's the pull. See it here in this place? 9.2 on the Mach meter. Nearly the speed of sound in a jet built in the 1950s. A healthy respect for this airplane with a max weight of only 13,386 pounds. Push it out the back, 7,452 pounds of thrust. The MiG 17, as we said today, flies as a living tribute to those pilots who faced it in combat. All courtesy, though, of our friends at Air Wisconsin. Randy has been flying for Air Wisconsin now for nearly 20 years. Actually, over 20 years. Today, they want to sign up pilots. If you think you have what it takes to fly for Air Wisconsin, join Randy Ball now from the right and become an Air Wisconsin crew member today. Wisconsin, they're here today, folks. If you've ever wanted to sign up and become an airline pilot, Captain Randy Ball would love to meet you. He's been recognized as a distinguished airline pilot at Air Wisconsin, and he'd like to invite you to become one of the pilots with him today. You can do that right here at the Rhode Island Airshow. In fact, Air Wisconsin has a booth here, right there by the bounce houses. Go see them. At Air Wisconsin, they're hiring pilots, so stop by. Now listen, they are hiring pilots. I'm serious. This is something that never happens. And Air Wisconsin would love to come and talk to you, and they'll do it right here today. If you're hired as a new pilot, you're eligible for a signing bonus of $57,000. How's that for the bank account? Come by, meet Randy today at the Air Wisconsin Airlines booth and learn more about how you can become a part of this nationwide dynamic team of airline professionals, or visit them at fly, the number 4, AW.com. That's fly, the number 4, AW.com, and become a member of the Air Wisconsin team. Folks, this is a great airline to start your career at. If you're like Randy, you can just stay with them for 20 years and keep flying the MiG-17. Here he is from the left, just about to return to base. Let's hear it, folks, for Randy Ball of the always impressive MiG-17. His first time at the Rhode Island Air Show. Touchdown. A nice job there by his entire crew. Aaron, who takes care of this aircraft, does a great job. Again, when you see it up close, the most beautiful MiG-17 I think I've ever seen. This thing shines like the top of the Chrysler building when it comes by. Here, look at this. Highly polished nose ring where those cannons sit. The speed brakes are out. Randy has a couple of these. The PF version that he has actually won Oshkosh this year, which is our Concours d'Elegance, if you will, if you're a car fan. Again, flown by our enemies back then.